States of America, and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord Jesus, we thank you for all the blessings you put in our life. Dear God, we thank you for this community, Lord, for the good things that happen here. Dear God, we ask you to keep your protecting hand upon us, upon the schools, Lord, this community, this county, and this nation. Dear God, help us make good, sound, right decisions for this city. Help the ones that are sick. In Jesus' name we pray.
Have a seat. I'm trying to have a real long tonight, please help it. First on the agenda is to approve the minutes from the August 15th, 2022 meeting.
I will make that motion.
I have a motion from Randy. Do I have a second?
I will second.
A motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. All right, next is to approve the bills paid in August of 2022. Any questions on the bills from August?
I'll move the president.
I got a motion by Bo. Do I have a second?
So moved.
A second by Randy. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Next, the fire department report.
They have $10,000, I do know that, I can't remember, it's like 3, I think.
Okay, well, we don't, Keith Markham's not here tonight, so we don't have much of a fire department report. Next will be Chief Arnett with the police report.
I have the police report that is covered for the month of August. Compliance and activity, 88. Adult arrest, 9. Juvenile arrest, 2. Drug involved arrest, 1. Traffic citations issued, 8. Traffic warnings, 19. Motorist assist, correction, traffic citations, 8. Traffic warnings, 19. Motorist assist, 9. Vehicle lockout assist, 6. Other public assist is 18. Crash reports, 5. Alarm calls, 7. And city assist, county assist, 27. Vehicles are all in working order. Oil changed in the 2010 Tahoe in the month of August, and year to date 2023 is the new fiscal year. We're looking at $115, and on the year to date county funds $39.90. We did not have a city court in the month of August. We did do a food distribution out in August. It was successful. High school active shooter training, as I said last month, was completed August the 1st. High school football games have started up, and we're there. The security detail completed a training class in Germantown PD during the month of August. School traffic daily, county city court. We got our new judge installed this past week, Judge Thompson, and I'll just say thank you to the county mayor Poles for coming down to swear in her hand. And we should have our part-time ad in the paper this upcoming week, and we're excited about that because we're getting quite a bit of response for our part-time position. So upon upcoming training, we got active shooter class at Head Start. Now, each year the schools are required to have an active shooter training, and we were contacted by the Head Start, so we're going to provide that for them. We have critical incident training in Bolivar at the Municipal Center on the 27th, and that's training for mental illness awareness and response. this week is homecoming week, Denton High School. We've been requested to provide, roadway safety for the parade this Friday, from starting at 1 o'clock. They're gonna go from the high school to the elementary to the city park, and we will provide, as much safety as we can. This is a tough school year, and I say that, and we're 1 month in. We're having, a lot of calls supporting the school resource officers. It's just, I guess it's the time that we're living in, so. But so far, we've had, incidents at football games. We had incidents after football games, involving guns, and right here in Middleton, so, it's looking like it's gonna be a tough year for us, so. We had different groups showed interest in having a CPR class, so we're trying to get that together where we can do an officers/community CPR class, for some of the people that's in the community that's want to complete a CPR class, and also a bank security class. We've done it before, and it included a lot of our business owners that we provided the bank security classes that we've had a really good turnout, so we're looking to do that again. And our radio service is back up. It's been down for last few months, been horrible. We had received a lightning strike, and they were waiting on a settlement to get the repairs done, and it got done, so we're back up and going, and so we're good to go on our radio systems.
Do you have an instructor for the CPR training?
I do. I reached out to our first responder.
Okay.
Chris Cox is a licensed CPR instructor, so he's agreed to do the class for us, and also bring in a second instructor so we can have more people in the class. So,
Any questions for Chief Barnett? Thank you.
yes,
Next is the utility report. Should be here in your pack there. 350 feet of water lines, 6-inch main across the industrial park. Let's see, no lift station issues and repair. 6, they done need upgrades like we did on the lift station here by Rixie's. On the TKE lift station, the Gathering, and the First Baptist Church and the Lagoon. So hopefully that solves a lot of our issues with our lift stations losing prime, and of course going into limp mode, I guess you could say, where it's not pumping effectively. They flushed 5 hydrants, 13 811 locates, 1 bio, 2 gas calls. And Sam completed his gas test training. So next, if you notice, the City of Middleton, the water loss for August of 22 is down substantially to 2.72%. Just a few months ago, it was almost 15.
I think it was 15 last month.
So it's a big difference on our water loss. So we're hoping we've got most of our leaks kind of took care of for right now. With the dry weather, you just never know, especially our ancient infrastructure we have here in the city. Anybody got any questions for the utility report? I do want to elaborate a little bit. I've been kind of looking, you know how we've talked about our infrastructure, our water and our sewer system being antique, and it's at the end of its life. Well, now that we have a third full-time person that this winter will be helping out with utilities, I think we'll be able to do a little more proactive work instead of just waiting on something breaking and fixing it. And I feel like to do that, I've been looking at our options on possibilities, the least amount of labor involved to replace some of our water lines. We have gas on Norton Road that's unfinished, quite a bit of gas line, and that's revenue. Then north of town, our water lines, we just constantly had issues. They're all undersized. There's lack of pressure, Redbird, Winterberry Circle, and all the way to, I guess Jericho Road is the last house on the line that way. So I mean, it's just a lot. We've had a lot of issues. We need a lot of repairs, and financially, it costs a lot. You hire in some company to come in here and they bore, majority of our lines. It's called, you see what the gas system was quite costly. So I've been kind of looking at boring machines, just kind of kicking around the idea. So when you're running the boring machine, all you have to dig is the connections, the taps. Instead of having to dig up everywhere we run water lines like we would right now, we could bore them in and redo the taps. That would help us finish all the gas on the west side of town. Is it Norton Road? And plus start replacing our water line. I'm not looking at new machines. The ones I've been kind of looking at are the $20,000 to $30,000 range. And there will be a few things that has to go along with it. The water tank that you need for the lubrication for the boring rig. I feel like that would be a big asset for us to be able to replace a lot of this old water and sewer lines. Well, not really much water and run new gas lines, and it would save a lot of time and a lot of manpower, and that would cut way down on the cost. I mean, for what we would pay somebody just to come in and finish our gas lines over on Norton Road, it would pay for the machine and a lot more. I feel like, because that stuff's not cheap. How do y'all feel?
We have somebody qualified to operate it, or?
I have somebody willing to train them how to run it. And it will be like, basically a tutorial, and then let's get out here in the industrial park where there's nothing out there for us to run into and let them start practicing, playing with it a little bit. Because the way that works, you bore a 2-inch rod under the ground. Once it comes up, you change out the head and you tie the new pipe to the end of the bore, and it pulls it back into the hole that you made when you bored. So they'll just be poking holes in the ground until they kind of get a good feel for it. So it's kind of one of those learn as you go type things. But I don't really want them learning right down the side of the main street. But
And then they would get certified in that?
well, it's just another piece of equipment like our backhoe or mini X. I mean, it's just something that practice. I mean, once you get some hours in on it, I mean, that's kind of how it goes.
Sounds good to me.
It's,
Good to me, too.
I mean, you shoot straight shots. Your only options is going up and down. I mean, it don't turn curves. It's just long straight runs for the most part. And like I said, for what we pay, I mean, we kind of got an idea of what we paid other people to come and do bores for us. And just after a couple bores under the highway or under some of these other roads where we would not have to cut up the asphalt just to run the water line, or it would pay for itself pretty quick, not counting the services that we'd be able to run. Of course, when we get down to it, if I find one, that'll have to come before the board. But before I kept pursuing looking for some, I was gonna get y'all's blessing, before.
I guess, sounds good.
Because we can use our for services, we can use our trencher that we have now. It's just a plow that plows, it basically rolls back to the ground, lays the pipe in, and it rolls the ground back over the top of it. But you can't plow through roads, you can't plow through other services. So with the bore, you eliminate, you don't completely eliminate it. You reduce the risk of running into other services, tearing up, sewer lines, other water lines, gas lines, fiber optic lines, and telephone lines, because you can bore under all that.
Do you need a motion or something for that, or?
No, that'll have to be approved, the
Okay.
purchase, because it's over my limit of $10,000. And I don't really have anything nailed down yet to know what to ask for. So, once I kind of get a good idea of what it's gonna cost, then, I'll go from there.
I know this is putting the cart before the horse, but if there were any repairs as far as going into that, would there be somebody around here that could do that? Or
Yeah.
is it okay?
Yeah, Ditch Witch makes one, and Premier makes one both, and most of you, I mean, even Richard Holloway could repair a lot of it, I mean, it's a gas, or a diesel powered machine with hydraulics, I mean, just like a tractor or a lawn or anything else, it's just a piece of equipment. And that's who I would most likely use, as long as he's willing, is Richard Holloway, but I'll touch base with him to see if that's something he'd be willing to work on. And I mean, there's some that are very cheap that could possibly need work, but I really not, I don't wanna buy something we're gonna have to work on,
Wow.
you know, knowingly have to work on. But yeah, I mean, these machines cost upwards of $200,000 new, so you're not gonna get a real nice one for, you know, $20,000-$30,000, but starting out, we don't need a real nice one. This is something they're gonna potentially tear up, trying to learn how to run it, so, you know, start out with something and maybe work our way up eventually, if we see that it's that much of an asset, if we're gonna be running new services and really expanding our infrastructure or replacing a lot of the old, I think it would, like I said, really be beneficial. All right, as long as y'all are okay with that, then we'll move on. Next is our planning commission recommendation. Jimmy, you wanna elaborate, or you want me to come?
Go for it.
All right, there's a property here next to the Masonic Lodge. Okay, here's J.P. Shelley's. Here's the old Masonic Lodge or the Methodist Church. Here's Jimmy's house he grew up in. He is subdividing this parcel from, just basically cutting this off of it. This is the commercial that we rezoned, 2 meetings ago. So he's basically wanting to separate the commercial property from the residential property. So, I mean, we have,
Planning commission approved it.
yeah, the planning commission did approve it. They approved, I guess, the tax map 157P Group C, parcel 009.01.
I'll make a motion.
Yeah, sure.
I move we approve the, parcel map,
Right here, tax map.
157P, Group C, parcel 009.101.
Based on the planning commission's
Based on the
recommendation.
planning commission's recommendation according to this plan.
All right, I got a motion by Bo. Do I have a second? Is there any other, no, all in favor, signify by saying aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
You get next off you class.
All right, moving along. Next, the question has come up about renting out the playground. Jimmy has spoke with the city of Walnut. They are first come, first served basis in relation to their playground. The city of Savannah will allow people to reserve a pavilion at one of their 3 parks for a 2-hour time slot. With the city of Middleton, due to there being no restroom facilities, not sure what we need to do in relation to our new playground area.
Well, I think we need bathrooms, I won't be sure to come out and say that, I think I've said that every time.
We're working on it. It just ain't happening yet.
Okay, and the other thing is, we don't have 3 parks, so people can call us while somebody's coming over here,
I feel like first come, first served.
yeah.
But I'm not gonna tell people they can't play on the playground while somebody's having a birthday party in the pavilion.
But we're just not big enough
No.
for that.
So, how do y'all feel about all that?
Depending on what we build, I mean, if we get some more pavilions, we might look into, pavilion, but
Yeah.
just one.
We do have a couple of tables that's eventually gonna get put up, it's got tops on them, isn't that right? Big or Hardin County, we've had 2, we got 2 of them,
We
okay.
got 2 of them out there.
Yeah.
In the state building.
I'll be honest with me, I think with what we got right now, first come, first served, so I think it's diplomatic as we can be. We need to make a motion on that, or is that?
No, I don't feel like we do.
Just like to have something in the record, as far as y'all's decision on it. Just y'all were in, the board was in favor of first come, first served.
First come, first served, yeah.
Okay.
It's not excluding anybody. If
No.
they're coming to have a party, they can have it, if somebody else shows up, they can do it too.
Yeah.
Is that good enough?
Yeah.
Or this on y'all's end, does that sound?
That sounds fair.
Okay.
No, we have already had some vandalism on
We
Well,
have
I
had
did told Sharon
vandalism.
that the other day.
them. Yeah, I had some calls and they could see, they'd all come off with alcohol or smoke for the most part.
90% of it did.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
What about cameras?
We have 2 cameras.
One is inoperable, and that was the one that was supposed to
Facing that area.
This area.
So we
But it's
don't have,
being replaced.
yeah. Cause that, before it was even finished, I had to put up 2 cameras. They're Wi-Fi, or not Wi-Fi, but they're cellular, and it's all stored in the cloud, and we can view them at any time, and we can rewind and fast forward, as long as they're both working properly.
But nobody showed up on the other one to have even a,
Well, it's motion detected, and it's on the far back side, so unless somebody was playing right in front of it, it would pick up motion, and you could have seen the other one in the background. It's, possibly looking at maybe positioning one on the opposite side, maybe on the pavilion facing back, you know, from each direction. I don't know, we haven't really got into that much yet, but
It's disappointing.
it is, I mean, it's. But, yeah, I mean, it's lasted month and a half. People are already writing obscenities on it with Sharpies. I mean, there's always gonna be that one bad apple though, I guess. Alright, next on the agenda is the utility adjustment for Brochetta Stovall, 2-1809-03. Issues on her side of the meter, not ours. Never did determine where the loss was occurring. Possibly a toilet is being proposed that she told that the $684.31 in late charges will be waived if she will pay her entire bill each month by the due date, not cutoff date, and pay an additional $145.85 for 10 months to clear out this indebtedness. So what's it? $2,142.80 minus $684.31 equals $1,458.49 plus 10 payments of $145. Possibly as part of the incentive, as long as she pays according to the agreement, the above late fees and new ones will be waived. If she is late, utilities will be cut off, late charges not waived, and account must be paid in full to get utilities back on. So,
That's extremely fair. That sounds extremely.
cause usually it's on the cutoff date, or calling day of the cutoff. Usually she's calling the day of
She
the cutoff.
paid this morning, she paid 300,
Okay,
and I told her it was on the meeting tonight.
okay.
She had a toilet leak, and she never would say she had a toilet leak, so we're out there trying to find a leak.
Find a
This has
leak.
been a while back. She used 104,000 gallons for her toilet. So her bill was
That must've been
already
a lot of
$800,
toilets.
and then she just couldn't pay enough each month, and then just sent it to this.
What this would propose to waive is just the late charges, not the
Yeah,
actual.
the way
water.
the system
you.
works,
Yeah.
the more money the bill is, it triples, then it goes to 5 times the payment, you know, it just keeps adding them. I mean, that's what all this is.
Well,
This
she's got
is all
herself in a
payments,
mess.
that's not late fees that she really owes. I did leave the late fees on there that she would owe each month, cause she does pay late. So, but this is one.
She is aware of what we're gonna perhaps propose.
Well, I talked to her today on the phone.
I would make a motion that we approve as written the,
Payment plan.
payment plan for Richetta Stovall.
You got a motion? Do I have a second? I got a second. Is there any other discussion? Sharon? All in favor, signify by saying aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Oh, Quintero Brown, 3-0125-12. Customer had a leak at the meter. The city replaced the yoke before the customer could fix his side due to a misunderstanding. 2 to 3 months passed before new yoke was ordered and installed. The below is for a 3-month sewer adjustment. 40,184 gallons. Average monthly usage is 4,836 gallons. Requested a sewer adjustment of 142.19. So this was due to,
This was at their meter, and Sam went out there and tried to fix our side, but there wasn't no way to fix our side unless we ordered a yoke. So it got to be some misunderstanding between the workers and the landlord, and they live, this is the Schuyler Way, and back and forth, and the resident and everything. So that's why it went 3 months, and we had to order the part. Well, then it took a month, you know, so to get it, and they put it in like 3 days after, but they couldn't fix their side till we got the new yoke. So it was part our fault that we had to get the, because we couldn't fix what was on there. We had to get the whole new yoke.
So this is just a sewer.
Yes,
We're not planning to adjust any of the water, even though it was.
no,
Okay.
yeah, this is just the leak, it was at the meter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Move we adjust the sewer for Ontario Brown for 142.19.
I'll
Good.
second.
a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. All right, next, I'd like to declare the following as bad debt, and we'll have to do them individually. Any Pro gives, account 2-2251 for $239.82.
So moved.
We got a motion by Randy,
Second.
a second by Sharon. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Next is, declaring bad debt for El Guadalajara Mexican Restaurant, account 2-2098-01, in the amount of $795.63. Have a motion?
I'll say, I'll move on.
Motion by Ann,
Second.
second by Bo. Is there any other discussion?
Are they not connected with the one that's still in business at Bolivar?
And every time I sent the bill, it came back to me that they've moved, and, I mean, if we can collect it, we can still collect it.
Yeah, it's just declaring bad debt. It's not,
Yeah, I just asking, I didn't know if they were connected or if they were.
But all of
the same
these,
thing.
I use their, deposits, so all of these have the 325 deposits already put on them.
Already
This was
put
their
on the
remaining.
plan.
Wow.
so I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, second by Bo. Any other discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Next, declare bad debt for Antoine Jordan, account 4-0747-07, in the amount of $122.24.
I'll make a motion.
A motion by Sharon,
I'll second.
second by Ann. Any other discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Next, to declare bad debt on Diane Litford, account 2-1916-01, in the amount of $119.91.
So moved.
A motion by Randy,
Second.
second by Sharon. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Next on the agenda, we're looking at possibly placing the old tanker chassis for the fire truck on Gov Deals. The tanker chassis declared surplus at February 21, 2022 meeting. A motion to place it on Gov Deals. That's all right with y'all. Either that or seal bids, and Gov Deals has showed a history of bringing a lot better than seal bids.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Randy. Do I have a second? Second by Bo. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Next, you have your revenue and expense report. If there's nothing else, I would look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Randy,
Second.
second by Ann. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. All opposed? That's how it. Thank y'all.
Yes.